Alright, I'm doing a review of the Holy Grail system for last Friday, whatever that was. I think it was the 24th. And I'm going to pull up my results and check them against what should happen, and hopefully I got everything right. So, this was quite a tricky day and very difficult to see. So, I start trading at 2. And you can see here that we almost had a setup. If this touched the Bollinger, we would have had a setup, but we didn't. So no setup, sitting there watching. Um, we need to be alert for when this becomes a confirmed downtrend again. So it's a downtrend here, stops being a downtrend when we hit the upper Bollinger. Now it's just going sideways, messing around. At this point, it becomes a downtrend again. So once it's definitely a downtrend, we have to be alert for it becoming a decreasing volatility downtrend. So if we get the lowest low, the lowest close in the trend, you can see here the close is 34, the close here is 33, with a single bar decrease in ATR. So this is ATR 14, you see a single bar decrease. At that point, sometimes you might have to make it big to see it. At this point, we know that we have evidence that this trend is likely to last a long time, and therefore it'd be stupid to keep taking long trades. So we switch off our long trades, start looking only for short trades. Now, very interesting thing. We touch the lower Bollinger, we make fresh ATR highs. So we make fresh ATR highs, and immediately we start looking for mean reversion trades again. So this idea that the trend is going to continue, we've got contrary evidence now, so our system switches back on taking long trades. Okay, if this is a hammer candle, and you can check by our definition is the real body, difference from open to close, has to be equal to or greater than 2 times the lower wick, and it is. We have a completed setup, so we have a retest concept setup. For it to be a good risk return trade, we have to have a target that is not all the way up to here, and our target in this instance is 485, which is right here. That's a little bit high, but not terrible. Now we need to check our other time frames for confirming evidence. So this is the 2 minute, we have the 5 minute, we have the 10 minute. The 5 and the 10 minute are all touching the lower Bollinger, so we have confirming evidence. This is a trade that we take. It's the target there. Makes a short setup immediately. We place the order, but before it fills the order, you can see the low here is 487 and the low here was 487. The order is cancelled when we break the high. So this is no short trade. Okay. We have a short trade here. Do we have confirming evidence? We do have confirming evidence. Where is our target on this short trade? The entry point is 50.5 and the stop loss is 56.5. So that's 6.5. That's a very that's 6 pips for 6.5 pip target. So that would make it at 44 all the way down the lower, below the lower Bollinger all the way out here. Unfortunately, that's just too far. But we do not take this trade. But if it gets nice and tight up here, we will be ready to take it. And trade is cancelled as soon as we get out there. So by not taking a poor risk reward trade, we avoided a losing trade. Okay, we have a touch of the Bollinger, we have a lower close, higher close, we have a setup complete. But this range is so wide, our target is all the way down here. It's just a terrible risk reward trade that even though it worked, it was just a bad trade. Now, once we touch the lower Bollinger, we have to be alert for potentially going trending to the downside. The first bar that has a lower close and a lower low in the same bar, we are now trending down. So when we're trending down, we need to look every time we make a new closing low for the trend. If we do that on a decreasing ATR, then we stop taking long mean reversion trades. So here you can see we've gone down with a lower ATR. So at this point, we stop taking this mean reversion trade, which never filled, and this touch of the Bollinger higher close, lower close. We don't take this trade, which is good because that trade sucked and it would have lost. Okay. Here, because we're not taking long trades and we're actively stalking short entries, we have a shooting star candle here. Do we have confirming evidence? On the 5 minute, we do not have short confirming evidence, and on the 10 minute, we do not. So this is no trade. We have no setup down here. Okay, we have a touch of the Bollinger. We do not have a lower close than higher close, which is unfortunate because this would have been a nice trade, but we can't take it. Okay, moving along. We are still in decreasing volatility trending mode. So we're taking shooting star candles that touch at least the 8 EMA or the 21 EMA, and we're taking short mean reversion trades, but not long ones. So we have nothing to do. Okay, so we have a long mean reversion trade. We just check that we're still in this decreasing volatility mode. So you can see that volatility is still declining while the trend is going. So even though we have confirming evidence on the 5 and the 10 minute, we do not take this trade, which is annoying because it would have worked. Okay, along the way, we have touch of the upper Bollinger, lower close, higher close. We are taking short mean reversion trades. What is the confirming evidence? On the 5 minute, we have a trend and pull back to at least the moving averages. On the 10 minute, we have a trend that at least pull back to the moving averages. So we take this trade short on a breaking low here, stop losses here, and it's the win. Now, we are still in decreasing volatility trend mode. So we are not taking long mean reversion setups, even though this is not a long mean reversion setup here. And here, higher close, lower close, we do not take this one, which is good. Okay. Don't have a long setup here. Here, we have a touch of the upper Bollinger. We have a lower close and a higher close, another higher close. So we do have a short setup with entry, very tight range, only a 1.5 pip range, and we size it on 3 pip position sizing thing. So even though the trade lost, we only lost half an hour. So that was a good loss. Okay, so where are we at? 716, let me check. Okay, so we have very nice looking mean reversion trade here. Touch of the Bollinger, lower close, higher close, shooting star finishes off. That would have been a great one to take, except we need confirming evidence. Do we have confirming evidence? On the 10 minute, we have a trend and a pullback to the moving averages. That's fine. On the 5 minute, we had a trend. We have a trend up until here, and we do not have a trend anymore because we're not allowed to have two-legged moves past the EMAs. So from this bar onwards, we do not have a trend unless it hits the upper Bollinger, which it just misses. So this is sadly not confirming evidence. Would have been a winner, but it's not. And then here we finish at 8, and that's the end of our trading day. Okay, I hope you got something out of it.